This is stop number 13 of the Sunoco Busch Series and the last stop for the Sunoco Busch Series before the Busch All Stars. And it's right here at Nazareth, the Sunoco 200. Will we find out our last entry into the Busch All Stars? We'll find out. Let's take a look at our Busch All Stars lineup coming into this event before we go into our points / starting grid. Our winners already this year: Lyndon Wright won at Texas, Dunlaprad won at Martinsville last season, Jeremy Doobie won at South Boston this season, as well as Hickory last season. Dougie Shears won at Chicago and the second Dover race last season. And Batson won last season at Dover. Tim Gardner won Nashville and New Hampshire last season, the second Nashville race. Adam Chambers won at Indianapolis last season and also won Fontana this year. Mike McMurray won this year at Rockingham this season. Jordan Hetzer won last season at California, the second California race before the season came to a close. Ed Gardner won Daytona this season. Jack Richards won Daytona this season. Andrew Baranda won Jack Richards won Las Vegas this season. Andrew Baranda won Darlington this season. Spencer Madden won at Bristol this season. Callum Wales won at Talladega this season. Danny Wells won at Nashville this year. Christina Cowan won this season at Martinsville. And Hunter Gantz won our last race at Richmond to get him into the Busch All Stars. Will we see our last entry? We will find out. Let's take a look at our points now going into this race. Adam Chambers, who, as we said, won Fontana, currently holds the lead. Danny Wells, our winner at Nashville, second. Ed Gardner, our Daytona winner, is third. Ken Johnson is our first non-winner at fourth. And Gerald Darling, our first non-winning rookie, will round at the top five. Danny Wells, mind you, also is a rookie, but he's already got himself a W. Spencer Madden, another rookie, winner at Bristol, is in sixth. Zed Weinstein is in seventh. Randy Carpenter is in eighth. Jeremy Doobie, our winner at South Boston, is in ninth. And Tim Freilich will round out the top 10. So with that said, let's take a look at our starting grid for this, the Sunoco 200. And on the pole, qualifying at 130.842 miles per hour, is the number 17 Tide Chevy of Cody Lamas. And on the outside will be the double zero Olds of Disnella Mominovic. Second row, going away spot number 3, will be the 27 McDonald's Ford of our Darlington winner, Andrew Baranda. And the 25 Crown Petroleum Olds of Emilio Navarrete. Row 3 is our winner at Texas, the 01 Dazen Special Ford of Lyndon Wright. And the number 7 Hooters Ford of Randy Carpenter. Row 4 is our winner at Nashville, second in the points, the number 25 Folgers Chevy of Danny Wells, and the number 84 Miller High Life Buick of Luke Martin. Row 5 will be the number 69 Ford of Zed Weinstein, and the outside, our points leader, the number 57 Heinz Pontiac, that's Adam Chambers. Then it'll be in row number 6, it'll be Ricky James and Ann Batson. Row 7 will be Joshua Perry and Andrew Boat III. Row 8 will be Bill Raymond and Spencer Madden. Row 9 will be Mike Becker and Alex Lascano. Row 10 will be Justin Perry and Jake Baskinger. Row 11 will be Dominic Jarvis and John Westbrook. Then Tim Gardner and Ken Johnson. Hunter Gantz and Jack Richards. Jordan Hetzer, who's actually suffered his first DNF at our last race at Richmond. He never DNF'd up to that point, broke his streak of 52 consecutive races without DNF. And Austin M. Then Christina Cowan, Barney Ward, Will Raymond, and Morgan Carpenter. Callum Wales and Jared Darling.
Drivers, start your engines!
There's the command, as that'll wrap the field will be Ricky Elliott and Dunlaprad, Jeremy Doobie, and Tim Freilich, Ed Gardner, and Mike McMurray. And rounding out the field will be Matt McCormick and Super Shears, Dougie Shears. So that'll be our field. It'll be 20 laps here on the less than 1 mile tri-oval. Some people deem it a road course. Talk about comparing road courses the combining road courses and ovals. Talk about a smaller version of the tricky triangle. You're looking at it, except it's more of a triangle as opposed to a triangle. Just saying. As there's our pole sitter Cody Lamas. The pace car will pull him off on that long warm-up lane. Up to go green flag racing. Cody Lamas will lead the field. Last race we saw for the Sunoco Canyon Pro E Series, we went wire to wire with the pole sitter. Cody Lamas is looking for the same thing to happen to him. Diesel, on the other hand, does not want it to happen, nor does Andrew Baranda. As Cody Lamas, early jump on things, Andrew Baranda's going to go up to second, and Diesel Momentovich gets right into the wall. And she cannot get off the wall without 1 ounce of her life. Same with Luke Martin. He was on that wall pretty good. That part is a trick spot. And we're under yellow. How about that? I'll have to see why the yellow came out. It may have to do... And we're not done wrecking. Dougie Shears just got flipped over. Matt McCormick. I think we found out a reason for... We actually have our first caution here at Nazareth. Something probably get messy. Yes, there you go. Say no more. Now, let me slow this down considerably. See where the trouble spot happened. Let's see. I think I see it. Andrew Boat III. Jake Baskinger. Going into Tim Gardner. You see there's Jordan Hetzer. Yep. That's what happened. Jeremy Doobie gets spun. And that's actually why we saw the yellow. And then everything kinda went haywire. There's Doobie. There's Will Raymond. Tim Gardner, Don Laprad got into it. Now we saw something with Dougie Shears. Let's see what happened. Now, obviously everybody gets back along their way. Now let's see what happened with Dougie Shears. Let me slow it down again. Let's see if there's any trouble. Christina Cowan. Going off the track, and then she came back up and put herself in a bad zone. Yep, she slipped up when she came off the grass, slid, caught the number 83 of Morgan Carpenter. You see Ed Garner checking up. Barney Ward just getting scraped at the line. Then you see Matt McCormick hit her. Jared Darling goes right into her. Tim Freilich gets a little bit of a rush. Mike McMurray gets into it now. Where did Dougie Shears get into it? Yep, Dougie Shears. Wow. Hit smack dab by Will Raymond. And then comes back over. And then gets a hit from Tim Gardner, which actually puts it up on all fours. Now, why did Dougie spin? Yep, Dougie just got loose. Just a classic case where Super Shears got that slip and hit the wall and spun and then was at the mercy. And you see a lot of cars going into the grass. Jeremy Doobie. We're still under yellow. So right now this is where we stand. After 4 laps in the books, we're still going. It is Cody Lamas leading, Andrew Baranda second, Emilio Navarrete is third, Lyndon Wright is fourth. Then it is Diesel Momentovich rounding out the top 5. Then it will be Randy Carpenter, Zed Weinstein, Danny Wells, Adam Chambers, and Ricky James rounding out the top 10. Then it will be Joshua Perry, Luke Martin, and Batson, Andrew Boat III, Mike Becker, we'll be back to green flag this time by. There'll be Bill Raymond, Justin Perry, Spencer Madden, Alex Lascano, Dominic Jarvis, Jake Bassinger, John Westbrook, Ken Johnson, Jordan Hetzer, Jack Richards, Hunter Gons, Callum Wales, Morgan Carpenter, Austin M., Ricky Elliott Jr., Barney Ward, Ed Gardner, Mike Murray, Tim Freilich, Jeremy Doobie, and rounding out the only car left that's in competition is Jared Darling. You can say Christina Cowan, Tim Gardner, Matt McCormick, Dougie Shears are out, and Will Raymond and Andrew and Dunlap as well, DNF. We'll be back under the green. It'll be lap number 6 of 20. We still got about 3/4 of the way to go for Cody Lamas. Good jump for Cody on Andrew. Cody wants to get a spot in the Busch All Stars. Andrews already has a spot, so rest assured, you would want Cody to do double duty to get into the big show. Cody Lamas, another lap. Baranda's second. Then it is Nazareth. Then it is Wright, Maminovich, Carpenter, Weinstein, Wells, Chambers, James, your top 10. Now Baranda has a little bit of competition courtesy of Emilio Navarrete. Taking low, taking high, taking low, taking high, trying to get that number 2 spot away from Andrew Baranda. And look at Lyndon Wright trying to take a peek, not enough. There's a lot of teases, but there's not really much action. That's simply a typical thing. I am stunned. We actually got a yellow. We have been, when those times come so close to having racing with a yellow and they're actually do forfeits. Not to be the case here. Only about half a second separates Baranda from Lamas. It'll be getting closer to that halfway point of the race for Cody Lamas. Now, Diesel Maminovich is going to try to make a move on Lyndon Wright. Lyndon right now is 4th, Diesel is 5th, Randy Carpenter is 6th. Gap actually got extended that lap by Lamas. As we are going to enter the halfway point. Not really much change. Now Randy Carpenter is going to challenge Diesel Maminovich. Randy going to go right to the inside and got loose. It's one of those tricky situations where you think you're going to try to make a move, all of a sudden you go make the move and you get loose. Seems like it's been the story of this race. So now Zed Weinstein closes the gap on Randy. And Danny Wells as well. Ironically, the gap got closed up a little bit by Baranda on Lamas, but nothing really came about. Danny Wells, there is your second in the points. He's trying to get a jump in the points. He's actually ahead of Adam Chambers right now. Adam is 9th and Danny is 8th. That can actually help him in the points cause. There's Chambers. Ricky James is going to try to make a move on Chambers. He's right there on his back bumper. And then he put the binders on and actually let him drive away. Interesting stuff. And actually, the number 34 of Joshua Perry now is on his back bumper to try to get into the top 10. There's Luke Martin right behind. Nazareth still in third. Cody Lama still leads, about 5 laps to go this time on. Zed Weinstein once again had an opportunity, got light and cost him. To go, by the way. Now Danny Wells is going to go to the inside of Zed Weinstein. He had a little bit of an opportunity and he put the binders on. It's just one of those schizophrenic things. It shows there's so many opportunities to make a pass, and if you're not in that right place at the right time, you're done. Here we go. Now Navarrete's going to try to make a move on Baranda. He actually closed the gap a little. The gap got closed considerably, which will give enough time for Cody Lamas to get away with this one. 3 to go. Chambers starting to close the gap now on Danny Wells. Danny's trying to get in on Weinstein, but not enough. Now he's starting to close the gap, so it should be interesting what comes about. 2 to go. Meanwhile, now it's a second lead for Cody Lamas. Chambers right now catching up on Danny Wells. Danny had a shot at passing Zed Weinstein and then gave it up. The goes. White flag, 1 more lap to go for Cody Lamas. Basically been dominant wire to wire as he's extended his lead, and he is on his way to joining the Busch All Stars. 1 more turn for the Tide Chevy. Checkered flag flies. Your winner of the Sunoco 200 here at Nazareth, going to the Busch All Stars, is Cody Lamas. Second spot will go to Andrew Baranda. Third will go to Emilio Navarrete. Fourth to Lyndon Wright. Fifth to Dizanel Momenovich. Then it's Randy Carpenter, Zed Weinstein, Danny Wells, Adam Chambers, and Ricky James. Then it will be Joshua Perry, Luke Martin, Andrew Boat third, and Batson, Mike Becker, Bill Raymond, Joshua Perry, Justin Perry, John Westbrook, Spencer Madden, Alex Lascano, Ken Johnson, Dominic Jarvis, Jordan Hetzer, Jack Richards, Jake Baskinger, Hunter Gons, Morgan Carpenter, Austin M., Ricky Elliott Jr., Ed Gardner, Callum Wales, Jeremy Doobie, Tim Freilich, Mike McMurray, Barney Ward, and Jared Darling. Your DNFs are Christina Cowan, Tim Gardner, Matt McCormick, Dougie Shears, Will Raymond, and Don Laprad. So that's where we stand after this race here at Nazareth. Your winner is the Tide. He shows the way at Nazareth. Cody Lamas does just that. Take a look at our points before the Busch All Stars. Adam Chambers still leads the points. Danny Wells only 45 points behind. Then Ken Johnson, Zed Weinstein, Ed Gardner rounding out the top 5. Then Randy Carpenter, Spencer Madden, Jared Darling, Emilio Navarrete, and Jeremy Doobie rounds out the top 10. Emilio actually gets himself into the top 10 with that top 5 finish. Then it's Tim Freilich, Hunter Gons, Bill Raymond, Jack Richards, Cody Lamas, and Batson Linden Wright, Matt McCormick, Andrew Boat III, Mike Becker, Dominic Jarvis, Don Laprad, Andrew Baranda, Dougie Shears, Dizanel Mominovich, Ricky James, Joshua Perry, Luke Barton, Callum Wales, Will Raymond, John Westbrook, Christina Cowan, Mike McMurray, Justin Perry, Barney Ward, Morgan Carpenter, Jake Baskinger, Ricky Elliott Jr., Austin M., Tim Gardner, Jordan Hetzer, and Alex Lascano. So that's your points after 13. The next event for the Sunoco Busch Series will be the Busch All Stars / Busch Open. So everybody else that's in the Busch Open will have 2 spots, so go to the All Stars. Here you go.